Hi, this is Gigi with Living Real on the Price of Business, and I am at the Texas Women's Conference, and I'm sitting here with Jess Weiner, and she is the go-to girl of self-esteem. She's been on Oprah Winfrey, working on a campaign with Dove, and why don't you share with our audience a little bit about your background and where you're going?
Oh my God, that's a great question. I love the where I'm going part. So I've spent the last 18 years as an author and confidence expert, and I've spoken all over the world to brands and businesses to help them create authentic and empowering content for women and girls.
Awesome.
I know, it's the best job
I
ever.
know, exactly.
So where I'm going is that I'm now helping those same brands and businesses, networks and media outlets to make sure that they pass the authenticity test when they're talking to women and girls, that they're being current and inclusive, positive and empowering. So
wow,
yeah,
that's a lot of responsibility.
it is, and there should be, right? Because we have a lot of
Absolutely.
power in the media. So I work both within the media, one foot in Hollywood, one foot in the heartland, helping us kind of merge those messages so that we have a healthier outcome for our women and girls.
Okay, so how did you get involved with the Dove Project?
So Dove and I started working together about 5 years ago, and I became their global ambassador, which means that I help create curriculum and do media interviews and travel all over the world, hosting workshops with moms and daughters, talking about real beauty. You know, of course, they kicked off the campaign for real beauty, got a lot of women talking.
Loved it.
Got a lot of women talking about airbrushing and retouching and real beauty, and now we have the Dove movement for self-esteem, which is actually getting moms, mentors, educators, parents involved in helping spend an hour in the life of a girl and doing self-esteem building activities. So what we want to work on now is creating a world where beauty is a source of confidence and not anxiety.
I love that. Okay, so something else that I was very interested in is your book, Life Doesn't Begin 5 Pounds From Now. And I loved it because one of the things that I do outside of this lovely show is I'm a life coach. And I work with my clients, and one of the things that ends up coming up is I mean, when are you going to live your life?
Right.
You know, it's now, it's not tomorrow. And so what is the title about?
Well, the title is really about just that. It's about what we do to put our lives on hold, whether it's for that weight loss or that relationship or that career or that whatever, pair of shoes. You know, a lot of women tend to believe that their life will begin at some other point in time. And so I really wrote that designed to say, life is now, and those things that you're going for are great, but they don't define you. And if you can really learn to define yourself, then you're going to be in a much better position because you can follow that road for as long as it goes, and it usually ends up leading back to you in the end.
Right. I thought it was interesting. A couple years ago, we were having some kind of a situation going on in the house, and you know, my then very fresh, 19-year-old adult son, was like, "Well, you need to fix this. You're mom," and I'm like, "No, that's a title. That's not who I am." So he looked at me kind of shocked.
We wear a lot of hats: mom, teacher, business leader, girlfriend, wife. I mean, and what we have to do in the end is really remember who we are and keep discovering who we are, because it's not just a one and done. I tell women a lot that confidence is just not the destination in life, it's the manner of traveling. It's how you're going to get there.
Wow, that's awesome. Love that. Okay, so when you were growing up, who was inspiring you?
Well, I had a mom who was very inspiring and very conflicting because she was this amazingly powerful woman who had a lot of her own self-loathing, a lot of her own confused feelings about her worth. And so on one hand, I had this amazing role model, and on the other, I also witnessed how much pain women can be in about really truly loving themselves and accepting themselves. So I think she was my greatest role model and my greatest teacher, and I happen to come from a long line of women, especially her mom, my grandmother, who are trailblazers in their own right. So luckily my family was packed with great role models to look to, and now I find friends to be incredibly inspiring, and I seek out mentors. Mentorship is really important, whether you're a woman in business, a stay-at-home mom, anybody out there. I feel like we need mentors to help guide and share some of their wisdom along the way. We've lost that art with all this technology and Facebook and Twitter. We forget what it means to really create a real-life community.
Absolutely, and real-life communication. I mean,
Yes.
That texting, there's not a connection.
No, it's not. And I grew up where I can definitely remember not having a cell phone and not having a computer, so that tells you a little bit about how old I am. But I work with young people, and I understand that they've grown up in a digital age where that's not been their reality. But I think when you can look at each other like we're doing right now, we're looking at each other, we see the whites of our eyes, we see who we are, That's really important for girls, for everybody, to really remember that there's another human being on the end of that receiving communication.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're running out of time, so give me, in short, what is the message that you hope that women are taking away from the conference today?
I think the message is what I shared earlier, that confidence is really just not a destination in life, it's a manner of traveling. And in order to do that, there are certain principles and ideas that you can do that I talk about on my website at jessweiner.com. But basically the bottom line is, it's about caring enough for yourself and then caring about the others in your life, filling yourself up first so that you can share it with the people in your life, and taking good care, having a whole wellness and well-rounded view of yourself is going to make you a stronger woman, role model, leader, or mom.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jess. Again, this is Gigi with Living Real on The Price of Business.